This could have been Pelosi's gay lover or a prostitute gone wrong. He could have been asking, "Where's Nancy?" to make sure that his wife wasn't home and going to walk in on whatever they had going on. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the RCT podcast. Now, the last video I uploaded, I discussed how I think the Pelosi attack is staged. I still do. First of all, the timing of this event, just a few days before midterm elections, I mean, the coincidence behind that, right? Especially with everything going on with the January 6th riot stuff and everything that the left has been trying to pin on right-wing extremism. This is just, this was inevitable. And I don't understand how people can't see right through this. First of all, I was originally under the impression that the police somehow received some kind of like welfare request to go check on Pelosi. My initial response was, a welfare check? I know he's 82. However, he's a pretty sharp guy. And I imagine the Speaker of the House's husband is looked after pretty well. However, the other detail that I found kind of disturbing was the fact that when the police arrived, both men were fighting over a hammer, and they sat there and watched them fight over a hammer. And then this guy, David is the guy's name, took the hammer and hit Paul Pelosi in the head in front of the police. They just sat there and watched it happen. Now, some new details have come up, and I have a Politico article up here, and it talks about how Paul Pelosi told the attacker he needed to use the bathroom before making a 911 call. This person must have been from California, because how stupid would an intruder be to allow the person, and this wasn't like a robbery, right? Like, this person didn't break into the house to steal anything, apparently, allegedly. This person broke into the house to attack Nancy Pelosi, allegedly. Why would he allow her husband to go to the bathroom at risk of making a 911 call? Or if you were going to allow him to go to the bathroom, why wouldn't you make sure he doesn't have a phone or some kind of way to communicate with the authorities outside of that? Well, in my opinion, there had to be some form of trust between the two, which means they had to have known each other. I'm going to play a recording of the police dispatch, and you guys can make a conclusion on what you think about what the police dispatch is saying, because what they are saying in the recording is that Paul Pelosi named the man and said that it was a friend. Again, I'm just telling you what I heard.
Car pay priority 910, 2640 Broadway, cross of Scott and Normandy. Over 14 hour copy. RP stated that there's a male in the home and that he's going to wait for his wife. RP stated that he doesn't know who the male is, but he advised that his name is David and that he is a friend. RP sounded somewhat confused. Is a friend. RP sounded somewhat confused. 12 over back and copy.
Units code 3 at 2640 Broadway per 14 hour.
Cover 12 over copy. 15 over code 3. 15 over code 3.
Cover 112 advice insufficient units on scene 2640 Broadway. Special call medic 66, location 2640 Broadway.
Now, that was the police dispatch. The title of the video says that Pelosi was talking in code, saying that, oh, he's a friend, probably not to alert the attacker. But if the guy had any kind of intelligence, he would have known that in the bathroom, if Pelosi was talking to someone, it was probably 911 if the guy had just broke into the house. The other weird detail, if you see pictures of the back porch area where the man supposedly broke entry, He took a hammer or something and broke out a window and went through the window. Now, here's a picture of the window. And if you look, the glass is on the outside of the house. If you're breaking in, you would have shattered that glass inwards. And it doesn't look like that hole's really big enough. This guy's supposedly 6'2", 250. It's a big guy. That's a hell of a glass window to try and squeeze through. I imagine he was pretty tore up after trying to squeeze through that. I'm just telling you, this stuff doesn't add up. The last thing that's really aggravating me, because everyone and their brother knew that it was going to come to this, is you have the leftist political leaders like AOC, all of them, right, saying how this is right-wing extremism. However, the FBI supposedly has conducted a raid at a house linked to the assailant, and they have a picture of the house, and outside of the house is the LGBTQ flag, handwritten signs supporting staunch support for Black Lives Matter and all the leftist groups. The only thing they have saying that this is some kind of right-wing attack is some recent social media post or blog post from a guy that has the same name showing support for Donald Trump. However, this guy is a nudist. His baby's mama, is in jail, and his name and goes by the name of Gypsy Taub. They are very left-leaning individuals. Everyone he associates is highly left-leaning. Nothing points to him being a right-wing extremist or a conservative at all, other than these posts, which, if you're like me and you believe this is staged, well, those posts could have been from anyone. They may not even been from this guy. This could have been Pelosi's gay lover or a prostitute gone wrong. He could have been asking, "Where's Nancy?" to make sure that his wife wasn't home and going to walk in on whatever they had going on. The two could have gotten mad at each other. Who knows? And then I've heard other reports that there's even a third person there, but I don't know if that's true. So again, I think the timing of this is just too coincidental. And I really believe that this is some form of leverage that will be used by the left, which it already is starting to be, to try and get a one-up on during the midterm elections here in the next couple days. But we'll see.